Myotropics.
The amino acid profile is everything. Okay, when you eat proteins, anybody here vegetarians by any chance? Okay, vegetarians, whenever you do a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, it's a lot tougher to do because you're trying to get a complete amino acid profile in there. So the quality of the protein is a better quality source so that your body gets more nutrients out of it, your body gets better response out of it. When you guys are picking your protein sources, is fish a little lighter, flakier, easier digesting? Yeah, probably so. Is turkey or chicken a little bit more dense? Sure it is. Is salmon going to be a little bit slower digesting because of the higher fat content, which is 9 calories per gram as opposed to 4 calories per gram? Sure. Now your body it's slower digesting, so does it hold you better in your diet? Sure. You eat it and you feel great for about 2 to 3 hours. So depending upon where you're at in your diet, most people will start with more dense protein sources. I tend to be a proponent, and everybody's different and every system is different. I tend to be a proponent of feeding my clients. I'd rather them eat natural foods than have a lot of having too much drinks and all, because your body, sometimes the drinks don't hold you. So whether you're using a caseinate protein or whether you're using a whey protein, these are things that you can do, but I tend to like to feed my clients food. So my protein sources may start with chickens and turkeys. And then when you get to the back end, when you're trying to kind of speed the metabolic process up, you're trying to get your body to utilize those calories a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficient, I may switch it over into the white fish. And then depending upon how fast your metabolism is, if you have a fast metabolism, you can use a fish that's a little higher in fat because your body will process it well. It will hold you a little bit better. And then the fats help to speed up the core metabolic rate a little bit to get your fire burning a little bit, your core metabolic rate, burning a little bit hotter. So, but always look for the complete sources of protein, things that have all the amino acid profile in there, and then intersperse the chicken and turkey with the fish when you start. And then maybe as you get going down toward the back end, if you're ahead of schedule, then by all means you're good to go. You don't need to change your protein sources. They're fine. Do I bring in red meat and salmon if my clients start to really speed up and their metabolisms are moving? Of course I do. Your metabolism is like a fire. You feed it, it gets hotter. Put good wood in, burns hotter. Put good food in, burns even hotter. So, depending upon where your body's at that given time, if you need to speed it up a little bit, then convert over to the faster burning, lighter weight protein. And if you're really burning and you're going, then go ahead and use the dense ones because it's going to keep your core metabolic rate sustained for a long period of time.
You did have a hormone question on it too, right? And yeah. We're at an area right now I don't think anyone really knows because the regulations aren't probably what they should be. One side would probably argue if you make them too stringent, they can't make a product that's viable in the market. It would be too expensive. If grain-fed or versus grass-fed beef and things like that are a lot higher. Do you use products like that? No? I think there's a little bit of data on grass-fed beef. You might know about that, Erik.
As far as the main difference between the reason people would want to use an organic type of food is grass-fed beef is going to have a higher level of CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, and that has been shown in studies to decrease the expansion of fat cells. But as far as the amount that you're going to spend, per pound of grass-fed beef, you're better off just buying actually CLA. And most of the hormones are always going to be found in the fatty part of the animal. So pretty much everyone here has some type of toxin stored in their fats. So the same thing with animals. So, the less they're exposed to, pesticides and hormones, like you said, we really don't know. That just would require, long-term study. But if you can, if grass-fed beef is available, then by all means use it. So.